Hello students, today we'll continue with our chapter Chemical Reactions and Equations. In the previous lecture, we have studied what is a chemical equation, what are the various characteristics of chemical equation, and what are the various steps for balancing a chemical equation. In today's lecture, we'll focus on the types of chemical reactions, corrosion, and rancidity. Depending upon the nature of reaction, that is, the type of chemical change taking place, the various chemical reactions have been broadly classified into the following types. That is, combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, and redox reaction. We'll discuss these reactions one by one. First type of reaction is combination reaction. These are those reactions in which two or more elements or compounds combine together to form a single compound. Combination reaction can be between two elements, it can be between two compounds, or between an element and a compound. Here I am giving you an example of combination reaction between two compounds. The two compounds are calcium oxide and water. When they both will combine, they result into the formation of another compound, that is calcium hydroxide. When we apply this calcium hydroxide on our walls during whitewashing, after 2 or 3 days, this calcium hydroxide combines with carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere, resulting into the formation of another compound, that is calcium carbonate. So these are the examples of combination reaction. Second type of chemical reaction is decomposition reaction. It can be defined as those reactions in which a single compound breaks down to give two or more simpler substances. Decomposition reactions are of three types depending upon the agent used for decomposition. Here I am giving you an example of thermal decomposition. Thermal decomposition means those reactions in which we are decomposing the compound with the help of. Here we are having an example of ferrous sulfate. Ferrous sulfate crystals lose water when heated and the color of the crystal changes. It then decomposes to ferric oxide, sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Ferric oxide is a solid while SO2 and SO3 are gases. If you want to come across another example of decomposition reaction, you can write the combination reaction in the opposite manner. As in combination reaction, we have discussed an example, that is whenever calcium hydroxide combines with carbon dioxide, it results into the formation of calcium carbonate. That was combination reaction. And if I want to write this reaction in the form of decomposition, I'll write when I'll apply heat to calcium carbonate, it get dissociated into calcium hydroxide and carbon dioxide. These are the examples of decomposition. Second type of decomposition reaction is electrolytic decomposition reaction. These are those reactions which takes place when water is passed through the compound in the molten state or aqueous solution. Here I am giving you an example of electrolytic decomposition of water. We'll take a container and we'll fit two electrodes in it and connect these electrodes to a battery. After supplying the electric current, we'll observe that bubble formation will occur at the electrodes. This bubble formation occurs due to the decomposition of water, that is H2O, into two gases, that is H2 and O2. From this experiment, we can conclude that whenever we pass electricity through water, it gets decomposed into its constituent elements. This is an example of electrolytic decomposition of water. The third and last type of decomposition reaction is photolysis or photodecomposition reaction. These are those reactions which takes place on absorption of light. In photodecomposition, we'll take an example of decomposition of silver chloride. Whenever I'll place silver chloride in sunlight, this compound is having the ability to absorb the sunlight. After absorbing the sunlight, this compound gets break down into silver and chlorine. Chlorine is a gas. It gets into the atmosphere, leaving behind the silver in the container. This reaction was used in black and white photography. Now we have discussed the three types of decomposition reaction, that is thermal decomposition reaction, electrolytic decomposition reaction, and photodecomposition reaction. Next type of chemical reaction is displacement reaction. It can be defined as those reactions in which a more active element displaces a less active element from its compound. These reactions are generally found to occur in the solution. The elements involved may be metals or non-metals. That is, a more active metal may displace a less active metal, or a more active non-metal may displace a less active non-metal from its compound. Before we take up examples of displacement reaction, it is important to understand the relative reactivities of metals and relative reactivities of non-metals. We can understand the reactivity by learning or memorizing the activity series. Here we are having two examples. In first case, I'll take H2S, that is hydrogen sulfide. If I will add zinc to it, it results into the formation of another compound, that is ZNS and H2. In this reaction, zinc displaces the hydrogen. That's why this is an example of displacement reaction. In another case, I'll take copper sulfate in an test tube and will add iron nail to it. After some time, I'll observe the color of the solution in the test tube changes from blue to greenish. This is due to the displacement reaction. It occurs because iron is more reactive than the copper. It displaces the copper from its solution. Now the greenish solution is ferrous sulfate and the bluish solution was copper sulfate. These are the examples of displacement reactions. Next type of reaction is double displacement reaction. These are those reactions in which there is an exchange of ions between the reactants during the process. It can also be defined as those reactions in which two ionic compounds in the solution react by exchange of their ions to form new compounds. These are also called precipitation reaction, and precipitate is an insoluble substance formed during the reaction. Here we are having an example of double displacement reaction. If we'll take two solutions, that is silver nitrate and sodium chloride, after chemical combination they result into the formation of two different compounds, that is AgCl, silver chloride, and NaNO3, that is sodium nitrate. This is an example of double displacement reaction. If you want to write the simpler example, you can write the reaction between sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid that results into the formation of sodium chloride and water. Next and last form of chemical reaction is redox reaction. Before redox reaction, let us first understand the terms oxidation and reduction. Oxidation is defined as a process which involves gain of oxygen or loss of hydrogen. On the contrary, reduction is defined as a process which involves gain of hydrogen or loss of oxygen. Thus, redox reactions are those reactions in which oxidation and reduction occur simultaneously. If you want to know the example of redox reaction, we can take an example in which we will combine hydrogen with copper oxide. When these two things will combine, they result into the formation of copper along with the release of a molecule of water. If you will write this chemical reaction on your notebook, you will come to know that oxidation and reduction both are occurring in this reaction. In redox reaction, you should also know the meaning of the terms oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Oxidizing agent is a substance which gives oxygen or gains hydrogen. On the contrary, reducing agent is a substance which gives hydrogen or gains oxygen. These are the examples of redox reaction. This reaction is very important from examination point of view, so you should better understand it. The last topic of this chapter is corrosion. It can be defined as the process of slowly eating up of the metals due to attack of atmospheric gases such as oxygen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, water vapor on the surface of metals so as to convert the metal into oxide, carbonate and sulfide. The most common example of corrosion is rusting, that is corrosion of iron. When an iron article remains exposed to moist air for a long time, its surface is covered with a brown flaky substance called rust. Rust is mainly hydrated ferric oxide. It is formed due to attack of oxygen gas and water vapor present in the air on the surface of iron. Similarly, copper objects lose their luster or shine after some time. The surface of these objects acquire a green coating of basic copper carbonate when exposed to air. This is due to attack of oxygen, carbon dioxide and water vapor present in the air on the surface of copper. Likewise, the surface of silver metal gets tarnished on exposure to air. This is due to the formation of a coating of black silver sulfide on its surface by the action of H2S gas present in the air. We all know that corrosion is a waste process because it deteriorates the quality of the metals. So there are various methods to prevent corrosion that include painting, greasing and galvanization. Last subtopic of this chapter is rancidity. It can be defined as the oxidation of oils or fats in a food resulting into a bad smell and a bad taste. It can be prevented by adding antioxidants, vacuum packing, replacing air by nitrogen, and refrigeration of the food stuff. Okay students, this is all about your first chapter of chemistry, that is chemical reactions and equations.